Now to part 4 of our series, Bloodline and Blind Faith, Untold Stories of the Kirtland Cult Killings. Yesterday, we showed you how Jeff Lungren justified these tragic killings.
Tonight, we're going to take you to the moments of the cult that followed Lungren fractured for good when a former best friend went to federal authorities and confessed everything about the crimes, and exclusive details of the group's arrests and trials that thrust Northeast Ohio into the national spotlight. Here's Peter Fleischer.
Out of the miry clay.
The day after he killed the Avery family, Jeff Lungren gathered his followers and fled to rural West Virginia, a place he claimed God would appear.
That was the idea, was that we would go into the wilderness so that we could remove ourselves from the rest of the world. God would feel comfortable to come down and live among us.
Living in tents and out in the cold proved difficult for the group. Life with Jeff was the biggest challenge of all.
It was an expression of a labor for godliness. And that just takes all the damn fun out of it. He had a class on how people should drink water. At some point, I feel you're kind of nitpicking and overkilling it here.
The group began to splinter, but it was Jeff's treatment of the women that would fracture them for good.
He talked about we had to submit to him, and that's when he basically wanted us to do a striptease in front of him. And that's where I was like, I'm done. I'm done.
My dad convinced all the men to let him have sex with their wives.
Jeff claimed member Tanya Patrick as his new wife first. Weeks later, he began an affair with Kathy Johnson, wife of his longtime friend, Keith. Soon, Alice Lungren began to unravel, as did Jeff's hold over his followers. His relationship with Kathy would later cost him his freedom.
I think that was like the straw that broke the camel's back. I think it was the constant living under a microscope. It was just too much.
By October, 6 months after the killings, the group split. Most of Lungren's disciples drifted away, and by December, their loyalty would too.
Keith Johnson had come forward.
By then, Keith's wife Kathy was in the San Diego area, still near Jeff.
Keith made several phone calls to my dad, said, I'm gonna go tell the cops if you don't send Kathy back. He did it out of vengeance.
On December 31st, Keith Johnson tipped off authorities. 3 days later, the horrors buried beneath the Kirtland barn finally came to light.
Shooting south to north, inside the barn.
One by one, the cult members were captured, including the Lungrens, after a nationwide manhunt.
Total relief. No longer looking over my shoulder. It's over. It's done. There's no more hiding, no more lying, no more running.
Danny Kraft was the last brought in. With him, Kathy Johnson, pregnant with Jeff's child. Unlike many others, Kraft remained loyal to the end.
I was going to be a man about it, and I'm going to stick with Jeff. That's what I put my trust in this whole system. I'm going to stick with him and his family. I'm going to help his family out.
The story quickly dominated headlines.
Jeffrey Lungren is a self-proclaimed prophet who told his followers he'd lead them to salvation. Prosecutors are out to prove he's a cold-blooded killer who deserves to die.
Kirtland, Ohio became the center of national attention.
Lundgren's trial started amid extra-tight security, with cameras and reporters galore watching every move. 7 months of heavy media coverage is why picking a jury could take up to 2 weeks.
While the trials took place, Jeff Lungren was unapologetic.
He hasn't always been pleased with me in my life, but I have no doubt what my standing is before my God at this point in time. I have no fear of standing before him and facing his judgment.
You pleased your God by executing those 5 people?
Definitely.
Did he support it with the left hand, as you just indicated?
But in Steve LaTourette, Jeff would finally meet his match.
He knows positively and for a fact that he's not a prophet of God. The discrepancies, the way he's twisted the word and used this chiastic pattern is a fraud and nothing more than a fraud. And he used it to get what he wanted, and that is to steal from people, to sleep with other women, and to basically have 12 little slaves follow him around for 2 years.
LaTourette targeted Damon Lundgren, just 19 at the time.
I started crying. I couldn't believe it. I'd never seen anything like that before. It was was my own father that just did that.
And you're Jeff Lundgren's son. Your last name is Lungren. You will not win your trial. You will not get out of this.
David Kraft Jr., would you please rise?
Danny Kraft refused to testify and pled no contest. His parents could not stay silent.
I've lost my son to this person, to Jeff. He's destroyed not only the Averys, but he's destroyed many other people's lives.
He needs to be deprogrammed. He is under mind control, totally.
Sentencing came down in late 1990. La Tourette made sure no one got off easy. Danny Kraft got 50 years to life. Damon Lundgren, 120 years to life.
With the jury, being duly impaneled and sworn by the defendant, Dr. Damon Lundgren, guilty of aggravated murder.
Jeff Lundgren was sentenced to death.
This is all because of him. None of this could have or would have happened if it was not for him.
The self-proclaimed prophet once promised his followers heaven. In the end, he only delivered despair.
When the trials ended and its members were sent to prison, the Kirtland cult faded from the spotlight. But for those who lived it, that story has never stopped.
Tomorrow, in the final part of our series, Damon Lundgren and Danny Kraft reflect on life in prison, how they've changed, and the self-proclaimed prophet whose shadow they can never escape. And don't forget, if you've missed any of these segments and you'd like to watch all 5, they are currently up and streaming on our WKYC Plus app.